I'm Freddie Allen, and welcome to Reporter Revelations. So, I've been struggling with some technical difficulties for the past few weeks. Devices, tablet, phone, everything decided to all fail at once. And so, I've been trying to figure out what to do with my files and juggling around. I got some hand me down devices now and kind of limited on storage. So, it's kind of a pain with my emails. I got to constantly erase stuff so I can receive more emails and just keep juggling stuff until I get things situated. But it's really frustrating because I spend more time messing with devices and the settings and trying to pair them and it's just frustrating to me. I don't really like messing with that kind of stuff. I'd rather just it gets me distracted, sidetracked from the content that I want to be putting out. I can't stay focused on this and then keep messing around trying to figure out electronic devices and the internet. And I really don't like all that kind of crap, but that's the way the world is, and that's what makes it possible for me to gives me this platform to bring you my videos. So I mean, I can't complain too much, but I just wish it wasn't so complicated for me, frustrating for me. I don't know why I struggle so bad, but anyways, so I mean, being without a device like takes you completely, literally off the grid. So unable to really get onto my channel or access anything. So I've been just kind of messing around outside and doing some other stuff. I did dig a couple of cool rocks out of my rock tub outside. A couple pretty cool things I wanted to show you. I've been kind of messing around with for the past couple weeks, checking out. Can't remember what I was showed or even talked about in my last video. I said I spend so much time messing around with electronic devices that I get completely sidetracked from the content that I want to be making. But this is really cool. This has been scrubbed down pretty thoroughly with aluminum oxide. It's really hard. The white stuff in here is not quite as hard. It's still pretty hard. I'd say harder than quartz still. But yeah, it's just a neat cluster. I think this is probably, yeah, corundum, maybe. It's got you see smaller crystals in here. It looks a lot like agate at just a look, but like I said, it's much harder. And then when you look closely, the structures and stuff is a bit different than quartz and agate and chalcedony and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was a cool one I pulled out of my rock tub. And then another one I found. This one right here is really cool and very hard as well. It's been thoroughly scrubbed with aluminum oxide as well. See, I'm gonna have to look back at some of my videos and just kind of figure out what I've showed you already and kind of figure out from there where I'm gonna go from here. I don't want to keep showing you the same stuff. I got a lot of stuff I want to get to, and like the research I've done, and that's a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the files and stuff that were in my tablet that I'm having trouble getting. I've got them on USB flash drives and SD cards and all kinds of stuff. And the devices I have now, some of them don't want to read them. They just want to reformat them and delete all my data. So I'm kind of struggling to get some of my stuff back, but just so I can continue on with showing you about these structures and how they fit into these unusual carbon structures, like the fullerene and um, ballast-like type diamonds and a few other types of things too. I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's just been a few weeks since I made a video. I wanted to kind of make a video and just touch base with my audience. I hope y'all are still enjoying the videos that I'm making. I hope more people will subscribe and check out some of the stuff I got. I really don't know what to do with it or where to go from here. I don't know. I really need to get rid of some stuff. I don't know. I really could use to make some money, but I don't know really how to go about doing that either. So as far as selling, or I don't know. I just don't know that much about the market for them. If I was to sell anything, I'd personally prefer to sell to like collectors or, somebody that would appreciate many of the things I don't know what to do with. This is stuff I really want to get to. It's really complex metamorphic material, unidentified so far, but is again very hard and seems to be combinations of different carbon phases and corundum and spinel, maybe beryl, maybe garnet, some garnet phases and tourmaline. I don't know. Yeah, so I've been highly shocked or experienced some incredible morphologies. And this was all from one system, one crystalline system, or a cavernous xenolith or whatever that I actually broke in ways I regret breaking it. And I mean, I in ways I had to, but and when I look back at some of the photos, like realizing like things that I didn't notice before I broke it, like I don't know, like I broke some pretty phenomenal rocks and probably ruined quite a bit of very rare gem material, but it's the only way I was going to figure out what it was or be able to study it was to break it. So I did, and there were a couple of complete like single crystal inclusions in the mass or the matrix material or whatever, and they were pretty large too, and I actually broke them too. That would be the big red stone, ruby looking diamond or whatever it is. It was very difficult to bring myself to break it, honestly. It took a couple of years of looking at it and figuring out where the cleavage was, or the parting plane, or whatever it's called. It's got many colors that range from deep purplish red to bright orange, yellow, to some weird green colors, and to some even colorless pieces. And some of the red, like some of these, like that'd be really red in some light and then turn like this weird, awful, like greenish yellow color in other light, like a weird color change. But there's a lot of complex structure, just all intergrown together. These purple ones obviously are not part of that system. I had them there to compare for something else, but these are like lamellar structures or whatever, like, like sheet, but they're actually very thick versions of it. But anyways, I had those there for another reason that's not quite relevant right now. But these right here, these really nice crystals right here. But yeah, I've got a lot of information and stuff that I've researched, and that lead me to believe what they are, and it's all connected with all these other things that I've got, and that's really what got me into really studying them so much. Like, I collected some stuff before, some rocks, and these, and this was, like I said, one massive rock, or xenolith, or whatever you'd call it. But I really didn't know much about them. I just collected them because they were cool, because my grandpa used to collect rocks. I was a jeweler, just whatever. And then after a while, I really didn't. For a long time, I didn't even really wasn't that into collecting rocks. I had this, the rock that this was, and a few others that I had put away for years and years, just stored in a footlocker or whatever. Never really thought much of them. Used them as actually like fish aquarium decoration at one point, and just really didn't think much of it until it had broken by itself. And I had some natural fractures or whatever in it, and just being tossed around and in the footlocker or whatever, eventually it had ended up broken. I opened it up, and it was in 4 or 5 pieces rather than just one. And then from there, I started noticing that how quite unusual it was, and started becoming more interested in it, and you know and showed it to a couple people, and they just were very skeptical, and just said it was probably glass. And I like I said, I broke it from a rock myself. It was even bigger than that before, and then broke it from a larger rock, like something like this or bigger, and then down to what it was. And then after, it was in my footlocker, and then broke into 5 pieces. And then it, I'll admit it, some pieces of it looked pretty glassy, and it made it difficult for me to learn about it as well. I was having a hard time, separating, like understanding what was going on inside of them, until I started, studying all these other rocks, and you know, using them as references, things I can actually see like the differences in, and realizing that these are the same. They're just very transparent, like, of different minerals intergrown together, but yet so transparent that you can't distinguish them between. each other until you break them into, you know, break them into the finest pieces and see the way that they stack or layer, and they're very, very complex, and they've got a lot of stuff going on in them. I'm very proud of them, and I think they're quite rare, maybe something that's never been discovered in nature before. I think they're carbon of some sort, of some type of diamond polymorph or carbide. I had mentioned before I'd had a couple names picked out for if I were to discover a new mineral type or variety of a mineral, that and one of them will be it's weird because the hexagonal or diamond or graphite turned to diamond they call lonstellite, and I'd had these names already picked out before I knew that, and the first one would be landerlite, and the next one would be lanolite. It kind of fits in a group. Maybe it's, I don't know, something meant to be, or I don't know, but I just thought that was strange when I learned of lonstellite and what the name was and how close it was to the names that I'd already had picked out. But anyways, I hope you're still watching. Like I said, I hope you're still enjoying the videos. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I got a lot of stuff to show you, and do still have, the 24 karat giveaway going on for December. I mean, this isn't part of it, but this is stuff just like it. I mean, pretty much the types of things that will be in those mixed gem gravels, plus that and more. Um, and yeah, just that's all it takes to enter the giveaway is to subscribe. All subscribers will be entered in the giveaway, and hopefully I won't have any more problems with devices, and I can get back to get back on track to the content that I want to be making. Like I said, I keep getting so sidetracked, and just I don't I don't like technology. I don't like messing with it, but I gotta figure it out if I want to continue to make the channel. So hopefully it will work out better for me, and like I said, I can just kind of focus more on the content and not be putting so much time and effort into learning how to use devices and how the settings and all that crap that goes along with it, that most of the stuff I just don't know what it means, and really get frustrated and feel defeated a lot. But anyways, um I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and take care, have faith, and God bless.